Is the U.S. government shutdown costing billions daily? Treasury Secretary Bessent breaks down the numbers and the risks on CNBC's big stage. See Bessent's call to action for lawmakers and learn how a surprise hero could end the standoff and save the economy.
I think because there was so much pent-up demand. I think the entire Biden 4 years saw $1 trillion of foreign direct investment. Maybe it was $250 billion last year. So a couple of things. There's pent-up demand, but then President Trump has unleashed this this boom with his policies. So whether it is trade, tax, so the tariff policy, the great certainty that we have from the one big beautiful bill, and he's made it known that America's open for business. Do your business here. We will give you energy tax certainty. We're the biggest market in the world. We're going to give you regulatory certainty. One thing, everyone asks me, what was one of your biggest surprises coming into government? And we lost the ability to make things in the United States. And a lot of it was through regulation, permitting to get a factory built. God forbid if you tried to cross state lines on a pipeline, in terms of drilling. So President Trump has really been all in and unleashed that. Now, on the other side, the only thing slowing us down here is this government shutdown. The government is standing in the way. We've tried to get it out of the way. And, I think that this is the Democrats have not been able to shut President Trump down in the courts. They go straight to the courts to fight the policies. They lose in the Supreme Court. They've tried to shut him down, not with you all, but the media, creates these narratives. And then now they're just going to shut down the government, fold their arms, and not get anything done. And as we can see here, it's the private sector that's going to get it done. We need to get the government out of the way. We need to get it reopened. And, I'm calling on moderate Democrats to come across the aisle, reopen the government, and you'll be a hero. You'll be a hero.
I mean, is that how this ends? We're on day 15, and it doesn't look like there's any sign of a deal.
Well, there's a thought out there that they're at least waiting to this crazy No Kings rally this weekend, which is going to be the farthest left, the hardest core, the most unhinged in the Democratic Party, which is, a big title. And, no kings equal no paychecks. We are paying our military today. The Pentagon went into surplus funds and will be able to make the paychecks. And, I think the other problem now is, the mainstream media. If this were Republicans who'd shut down the government, there would have been screaming, there would have been examples of things going wrong. But because it's the Democrats, they're complicit. And, like I said, if moderate Republican senators come across the aisle, they will be heroes. They need to break away from the hive, from this radicalism. Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, they call them two guys from Brooklyn who are completely detached from America. We are hostage to Senator Schumer's poll numbers. He did the right thing. President Trump congratulated him in the spring when he passed a clean CR. And what's changed between now and then? His poll numbers. He has collapsed in the polls, and now it looks like Representative Jeffries is going to be primaried from the left, and I didn't think there was any room over there.
Some people blame, the current government for the shutdown. I know you're blaming the Democrats, but often the blame goes to who's in power.
How's that? Mike Johnson passed a clean CR. 3 Democratic senators have come over. The leader Thune has a vote every day, and they want to negotiate. We're saying reopen the government, negotiate.
Is it hurting the economy?
I've seen numbers that are starting to hurt the economy, maybe up to $15 billion a day.
Do you expect it to have a material impact on the labor market?
Could. I think it's having an impact on confidence. We saw a drop in small business confidence, which had been very strong. So, hopefully we can get this, the Democrats will reopen, and, we can get back off to the races.